Okay, so today I am at the media preview event held by this brand Zeekr, right? And from this description here, you see it is part of the Geely group, right? That comprises of Geely, Lynk & Co, Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, Smart, and Proton. Now, this is the Zeekr X that they are showing us here today. And yeah, in present time, okay, as the Chinese automotive industry grow and expand their offerings, right, it is very easy for us to dismiss Zeekr as another Chinese brand. All right, but the story that they are trying to tell us today is: look, we are not just another Chinese brand. All right, see all Ang Mo here in the picture. Okay, so here they have uh, Stefan Selaf, who is the Vice President of Global Design at Geely Auto Group. He is heavily involved in the creation of Zeekr. Okay, and the tagline for them is luxury made accessible. Okay, now the global design center of the Zeekr brand is in Gothenburg, okay, in Europe. So the rationale, all right, the reasoning here is that you see currently a lot of the Chinese brands out there, okay, they try to create that European look and feel in their cars. And make no mistake, a lot of the Chinese brands out there, they are doing a fantastic job. But as I've experienced driving a few of them, the feel is not quite there. Okay, in terms of the driving sensations, they don't have it. So what Zeekr claims, they claim, not I say, okay, I haven't tested driven the car, so I'm not saying it, but they claim because they've got global design center in Europe, they've got people from Europe, okay, so these cars boast actual European engineering under their skin, okay, but it's just that they're still made in China, so hence why cost-wise they are kept very competitive. So today here at the Pinnacle Sunway, Zeekr is displaying two models. This is the Zeekr X, that's the Zeekr 009. Now, the competition of this, pretty obvious lah. This is going after the people who typically buy Wellfires, Alphats, but this one is offered with a full electric powertrain, priced at an estimated 370,000 ringgit. There are two choices, two variants. One is, both of them are all-wheel drive, okay, dual motor all-wheel drive. Difference is you can either have them with 6 seats or 7 seats, okay. The 7-seater option is the cheaper option, and here's something interesting. The 009 here is based on, runs on the same platform as the Lotus Electra. So from a driving perspective, I expect this to be pretty interesting. Okay, but first, let's take a look at this. This is the Zeekr X, okay, and it is a B segment crossover. So size-wise, it is thereabouts the same of a HRV, CX-30, BMW X1, Volvo XC40, Mercedes GLA, that gang. Okay, but pricing-wise, it occupies a middle ground. So estimated below 180,000 ringgit. Okay, so for those of you, if you are coming from a CX-30 or a HRV, you want to step up. Okay, you want to move up to something more premium, but you don't want to go all the way to the price of 200 plus thousand ringgit for an X1 or XC40. This is something for you to consider. Okay, the Zeekr X at just below 180,000 ringgit. And check it out, frameless doors. So let's look at what, from a styling standpoint. Now, traditionally, when we look at the design of a car, right, the headlights are always the eye of the car's face. But here, in the Zeekr X, this is fast becoming a new trend. The Zeekr X is not the first car to pioneer it, but as you can see here, the main beam of the headlights is actually down here, okay, at the in the bumper, whereas the eye of the car is here. This is just a DRL, okay, and it's the main beam of the headlight. This logo reminds me of CSB Pro. Okay, so that's the front camera and also the front radar module. So looks wise, the Zeekr X, it's a handsome looking car, okay, but it's I would say it's well within the typical mold of the current crop of Chinese cars. So if you ask me, does it wow me when I look at it? No. Is it an ugly car? No. It's what I expect, and it is a handsome looking car. Okay. Now, one little detail that I do like is that there's this sort of like platform-like projection where the side mirror sits on, and the signal lights are neatly integrated here. Okay, now let me just zoom in closely on the door opener. So this piece goes in, okay, when the door is unlocked. And to open the door, all you have to do is go in, put your fingers in, and touch the surface. And the door electronically releases, right? So here at the back, the rear end, kind of reminds me of this proportion, this overall look kind of reminds me of one of the past generation Renault Meganes. Okay, and what I do like here is that the Zeekr word illuminates with a 3D effect. It looks much better in person than through the camera. I'll let you know that first. Okay. Um, to open the boot, now this is interesting. You press this button at the top, and the boot opens. Now the boot space itself looks pretty small to me, lah. Okay, it's pretty small, but there is a hidden compartment underneath. Nothing much to show you. Okay, but I would say powered tailgate at this price segment, not bad, not bad. Okay, I think X1, XC40, all these have powered tailgates, so that for me is a good edge. All right, so here the frameless doors. Now let me just, so this button here is to open the door, open and close, open the door, power window switch. Nice little speaker here. All right. I'm 170 centimeters tall. Okay. And I would say, right, here, accommodation here at the back is great. My lean angle is good. Okay. So it's a very comfortable seating position here. This driver's seat adjusted quite far to the back. Just now, earlier when I sat on, there was more space here. I would say that thigh support could be better. Could be better, but you know, typically of cars this size, right, they also design it for young couples with small children in mind. So if the seat is too substantial, okay, what will happen is that for younger kids, they will sit with their legs dangling, so they have to balance that. Okay, here is the isofix mount here with a lidded cover. Armrest here, nothing special. It's a nice armrest, but that's it. But there is rear blowers at the B pillar with temperature control here. Okay. Now, come to the side. Let me just push this to the front. Now, check out this little detail here. Very, very nice. Okay, the gear lever is here at the stalk. And here's the wiper controls. There's no light switch here or here. Neither is there here. So I believe the lights is probably either audio activated or it's here. All right, so you can switch off the light. So here, the light switch is in the touchscreen. So you can switch on the lights, set it to auto, switch off. All right, got heads-up display over there. And the instrument cluster sits on the steering column. Okay, it sits on the steering column. So as you adjust the steering column, front, back, left, up, down, the instrument cluster moves. Okay, so here, now this is where there's a wireless charger here, and this whole thing goes up and down. And inside, under here, there's a little compartment. This cup holder is removable. So firstly, this can be a cup holder. Secondly, you can open this and you can put things underneath. And thirdly, this whole thing you can cabut out. Okay. Now under here, this is a little flat, which is spring loaded. And here, two USB-C ports. And there's a little spring loaded button here, which does not control anything, but it looks like it's for you to hang things here. All right. Now, over here, under here is a fridge, but I've been told that this is not going to be included in the Malaysian spec car. Okay, check out the seats. The front seats has a kind of quite sporty shape. All right. So, looking at the design, pretty nice. Okay, the materials here all feel good to the touch, but in terms of cost control, it's very cleverly done because everything is put in the screen. Okay, this is just like how Tesla started it. Everything put in the screen. You don't have to engineer 20 different type of center consoles to cater for different specs. Right, everything is in the screen when you adjust. When you change, when even whatever the customer ticks in the spec list, right? It's the difference is all just the UI of the screen only. So whatever spec that you choose, all these is uniform already, is standard already one. Okay, so in terms of cost control, there's very little variation. Okay, and that makes it a very, very clever design. Okay, so here there's a Yamaha sound system. Okay, and yeah, overall materials are just beautiful. And press this to open the door. Now that we are done with the Zeekr X, let's head over and check out the 009. Point to note, so these are 20-inch wheels that you see here. I've been told that the Malaysian spec version, 19-inch wheels, but same design. Okay, now the front design of this, just as with the Zeekr X that I said earlier, here in the 009, the eye of the car is actually just the daytime running lights. The main beams are actually here. Okay, so look at this. Is this interesting enough to tempt you away from a Wellfire or an Alphard? But here's also the thing lah, okay? People who buy Wellfires and Alphards are not looking for interesting options. They are looking for something that is proven, something that they can count on, right? And something that is also still got class one. So for this to upstage the Wellfire and Alphard, it's going to take more work, right? But you can't fault them for effort. Look at the details that they built into the taillights. Very, very nice. It really gives the 009 a very upmarket look and feel. Okay, pop automatic, the powered tailgate. Now, what I really like here is that even with 3 rows of seats up, there's a good amount of cargo space here. There's a hook here to hang your groceries, also a 12-volt socket. And under here, now, there may not be much, but check this out. Okay, these air canisters are for the air suspension because the 009 comes with what Zeekr calls dual chamber air suspension. Wow, when you hear this dual chamber air suspension, your balls also shrink, right? Because we all know air suspension is not cheap to upkeep. And when you give fancy terms like dual chamber air suspension, that sends chills to my bones. Okay, but I did speak with the product guy from Zeekr, and he assures me that you won't be looking at a hefty 5-figure bill when it's time to change the air suspension lah. Okay, he assures me that yeah, it won't hit 20K. I was telling him it's confirmed will be 20K. It sounds like a 20K thing when it fails, but he said wouldn't be that number lah. Okay, so how much, how close to that, how far from that, I cannot say. All right, now let's look inside. Okay, in terms of ambiance, the 009 has got it settled. Okay, once again, just like the Zeekr X, all the controls are in the screen, instrument cluster over there. That's it. Okay, now this car is all music blasting. Let me go and check out the one out there. So the white one behind there is a 6-seater version. This is a 7-seater model. Now quite interestingly, right? The front, the differentiation between 6 and 7-seater is here at the back. Okay, so the 7th passenger sits in the 3rd row. Okay, you still get the 2 captain's chairs. Cup holder here. Okay, and one touch movement of the seat to give you access to the 3rd row. Wow, this cream color interior is gorgeous. It's beautiful. Right. Let me step inside. Okay, very good access. Okay, and I'm 170 centimeters tall. Wow, look at this. Lovely. The lean angle is fantastic. Can I adjust it more upright? Yes, I can. So I have the option of a more upright seating position. Okay, and that's what I have there. Sunshade, USB-C port, and then this is a pocket for you to drop your mobile device. Okay, cup holder. I am not sure what this is for. It looks like a control for the aircon vent. Okay, so the aircon vent being placed here is very good because it means that what it does is that it blows air right to you where you can feel it. So here looks the same as well. And look at the amount of leg room I have in front of me, which is pretty commendable when you compare it with the space in front. All right, let me move. Hiya. I hit my head against that screen. So right here, seated in the captain seat, look at the leg room in front of me. So just now from when I moved from the back to here, this seat is not moved, okay? And I have this much of leg room in front of me. Okay, that screen has been retracted. You have to press here to either retract or deploy the screen, right? And down there, 2 USB-C ports. Look at this. Okay, you can raise this up, and this drops to be cup holder as well, and drop here. Seat adjustment, all pretty nice. Okay, wow, look at that. Can you see me over there? Ah, so this is something as a parent, I really appreciate this because you know why? When you have this camera in there, you can watch what all the monkeys are doing at the back. Okay, like what I said earlier, very no nonsense cabin lah, Sri.
Yeah, no nonsense cabin, bro.
So good selection of materials, great selection of materials. Okay, wow, look at that. Look at actually the clarity of the image also is pretty good. Okay, so you've got a wireless charging tray there, cup holder, gear selector lever, and what's this? So open here. This box is a bit shallow, but once again, another 2 USB-C ports here, and this switch here to adjust the seat, front seat. All right. Wow, look at that flat bottom steering wheel. Okay. But well, this is after all an MPV with a Lotus Electra platform. So I've been told that in terms of driving wise, from a driving standpoint, this car has it can throw up a bit of a surprise. For many years, the Alphard and Wellfire has this one strength, which is that the access to the rear section of the cabin is fantastic, where you really can walk into the cabin. Okay, and this is something that the Zeekr 009 has captured, and it will be interesting to see how many of the Alphard Wellfire customers that they are able to capture over here. Okay, I don't see the 009 upstaging the Alpha and Wildfire, but it does present a very compelling case as an alternative. All right, so here we have it. A couple of new introductions from Zeekr. I would say a couple of very good efforts. So those of you who are, looking at the premium B segment crossover, the Zeekr X here is a very interesting option whereby you have something that is built to that allows you to that's more premium than a HRV or a CX30, but it doesn't cross past the 200,000 ringgit price bracket into X1, XC40 GLA territory. Okay, the Zeekr 009 here, well, the proposition of this vehicle is obvious. Okay, if you're looking for something different than the sea of alphas and wildfires, well, this is what you look at. Okay, yeah. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of these two offerings from Zeekr, the Zeekr X and the Zeekr 009? Is it attractive enough for you to consider these against the pre-existing alternatives in the market? All right, look forward to see you in the next video.